Hello, hello out in the world. Another ridiculous video, of course. So, anyway, a bit of sun today. After the thunderstorm, it was pretty cool, so it was cooler. I got more sun. Your little hottie's getting hotter. Never mind. I won't go there today. Anyway, besides electronics, what am I doing? Okay. Vintage electronics, that is, not modern stuff. Sorry. Not up there. Neat little thing, whatever it is. Out of the electron scanning microscope, these parts do come in handy. For metal, that is. Reforming. I have a great interest in machine tools, vintage machine tools, and some modern machine tools as well, and life extension as well. Plus other things. So, what am I working on today? Well, let's say Oerlikon Cannon shoulder mounts. I have a great interest in firearms. Vintage, by the way, cannons and artillery. So, I got a huge pile of shoulder mounts for the Oerlikon cannon. Different types of shoulder mounts and that. And this one particular cannon has kind of a standard mount, shoulder mount. So this is a nice tight fit. I took this piece of steel, put it in a tube bender and bend it to shape to form, this is original here. Same thing, right? Then cut it on the bandsaw. Okay. I think this is a separate one from my friend in Greece. And thanks to my friend in Scotland, who got in 800 kilos of shoulder mounts, and as well as Mr. Alec in Greece, a number of shoulder mounts. So I'm well stocked up on them. I got maybe 20 of them, or 50, 30 or something, and sights and other things. And it fits in here. It's kind of the end cap to the Oerlikon cannon. Okay. This came off the back of a piece I have. I got from the Canon Superstore people, and it was missing those parts I just showed you, so I'm making those parts to fit in here. I won't be long. I just need to machine a piece of steel like that down to the dimensions of where it locks in. Cut it, should take an hour maybe just to do it, or less. Then very heavy, this stuff, this Canon stuff is. So this part goes back on. And let's see if there's any numbers on it. This was a mystery one, Oerlikon cannon, that is. That it appeared to be in the ocean or somewhere, as it was full of sand. It's reasonable condition for its age too. And yeah, there's a set screw. Okay, is that okay? Looks okay. A little heat, a little banging, and it might turn. It might turn already. It's got an odd smell in here, like shellac or something. Old grease. Well, here's the other one on this side. Okay. Okay, that'll clamp in. And we'll have our total complete shoulder mount of this type. I got a number of other ones of this type as well, but I got 11 or 12 Oerlikon cannons to take care of, so this on here, I put this on here a long time ago when I got this piece to reform this part here, which is kind of a rubber material. That was about a year and a half ago. Wow, when Mr. Alex sent this over. That can come off later, I suppose. So I have that ready tomorrow. A little loose here, not a problem. It's just a pin in there, and it'll work fine. Greasy stuff, these old things. Oerlikon cannons are a lot of fun to play with, and I played with a lot of them. And in Canada, I played with 50 caliber Browning machine guns, restored them. It's registered with the RCMP with the FAC permit, which is kind of expired now, but oh well. I'm traveling, let's say. And that's my interest, as well as all kinds of different cannons and artillery and pieces and stuff. As you might know, I don't know if you know or not, but I decided today to do something besides electronics, vintage electronics, which is World War II stuff and later and before. So other than that, I'm into many other mechanical things that are vintage. As you may or may not know, I always remember Alex Pizarro coming into my place in Lynn Valley, and he says, "Oh John, we're getting ready for a very important demonstration, and you're playing around with a pistol." I said, I know, yeah, I know, that's just who I am. I don't keep notes, I don't write things, I don't publish anything, I'm not interested in publishing anything, so anyway. So that's some of my weird personality stuff, right? So, as you may or may not know, I took on Pierre Elliott Trudeau when he brought in gun control and tried to pin it on us Canadians. At 13 in British Columbia, Canada. We fought back and won. I won all the way. And my lawyer, R. Flynn Marr, is going to visit. We're going to talk about the fun days we had with that whole situation. And after that, we went to sue the RCMP Constable Michalko. If you're out there, remember, you stupid nut. Anyway, we won our cases, and the provincial ombudsman went to sue him, but Michalko vanished. And that was the only incident. When I made the press, and that was very interesting because all the media covered it. I made sure the media covered it, and I mentioned Pierre Elliott Trudeau, and the headlines read in the newspapers and on TV, "Trudeau becomes target of angry gun collector." Can you imagine that? A funny, whimsical way of putting it. But it's all illegal, and I had another lawyer who was with me as well. He carried an AR-15 around. His name was Machine Gun Martinoff, and he dared them to bother him because he took them to court and made rulings, sued them and all that stuff. So anyway, that's some of the story, and I still have my FAC. It's kind of expired, but I don't really need it here. I did write them saying it expired. Well, you know, when you get back, we can, you know, that kind of thing. No problem. And handling firearms in Germany and also Austria was not a problem. I signed up all the paperwork, and I had to get them on the aircraft and went through the ATF in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was okay, no problems. Never any problems with anything. So, end of that story. Okay, so. Be responsible. I can be unresponsible, act as silly, you know. That's just acting. But with reality, you got to be responsible in whatever you're doing, electrically, or mechanics, or machinery, or else you could get really messed up good. Anyway, moving right along. So, I was drilling and making a box to hold machine tool parts. I think I'm done with this now, so I can put it away, I guess. Put it in here in the drawer. I always like cleaning up after I'm doing stuff, you know. Keep everything tidy, neat, and clean, and it will serve you for a long time. Now that's away, and we put these things away. Calipers are very handy for finding bar stock. Quickly, that is. What else I got here to go away? This little thing, whatever it is. For viewing things up close, I put that there. Ha! Yeah, doctor. Yeah, doctor. And tomorrow I'll fire up a lathe and get that part made and put it all back together. I think that turned out okay, that trick I did with all kinds of glues and rubbers and melted all in there. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's for something that's very old and that. And Mr. Alec, if you're watching, thank you. You sent this over a year and a half ago, I think, or more. I took care of it. I'll get over there yet. And we'll get this done. Did I test? Let's see. Oh. That might need to be. Looks like it'll fit. Perfect. Awesome. So I'll take dimensions of that. Yeah, that's a good fit. So the part I'm making again is simply this part. Then after the races, that's all it is. Already matched up this part here of the bushing, because this is a little extra large. I'm wondering where I got this from. Did Mr. Alex send this over, or did I get it from somebody else? Anyway, got crates of these things. This part here, as I said, I just made on a tube bender. Perfect fit. So I'll color it up and make it dark and that, and it'll fit on there, and then that's all done. Lot of fun. I wonder what the biggest thing the biggest thing I restored was one of the biggest things I was restored was an engine lathe. Warner and Swayze turret lathe a long time ago. And recently, a computer off a warship. It's about a 1,000-pound piece. It's all uniquely geared and that, so when you turn it, it'll calculate where the anti-aircraft guns point to, which were the 40mm Bofors. Got a picture of it on a vintage, not video, yeah, vintage, I'll call it a video. Probably Super 8mm film or something earlier. But they filmed the operator running, and it's got a pair of binoculars, and you turn it like this, and it moves around and goes up and down, and all those computations go into the computer firing mechanism. But I haven't found, I think it's the only one on Earth, because I haven't found anything, nobody else has one. And I bought it from Art Bell's friend in Maine, and he labeled it as the only one on Earth, and I believe him. Nobody seems to even want to talk about it. I send pictures of it, but oh well. Ooh, that's a fine thread in there. Holy macaroni. And this weird little part. But parts, pieces of metal like that come in handy when you're doing something. You can bore it out, machine it down, save you a lot of problems and time and trouble when you're using those kind of weird little pieces of stuff. Alright, we're a happening unit. I had a box, an old record player, threw out all the guts. I needed a box, really needed a box to replace something else. Cut it, cleaned it out, made it into a... That's cutting out all the garbage in it. Then I mounted 2x4s, four of them, short ones like that, at each corner, and put plywood on the bottom and on the top. Screwed it all in there until it's now handled probably 500 pounds. To replace something that should not be in there, that is something, never mind, it's a long story. But anyway, so Mr. EVO has a little game he likes to play with me. Hello, who fell over that? He likes to hide his ball or throw his ball under the cargo container, and he starts barking and barking and barking and barking and barking and barking until I retrieve it for him. So I got a little ticked off. He's doing over and over again, so I threw him outside for a while. Story of my life. Hello, Barbara. Where is my... Hello, sweetie. Oh, you're thinking those thoughts. Okay, just come around the corner. If you want to. So, I just briefly touched upon some of my interests. Who really cares? Because the good old levitation stuff's kind of gone by the wayside, you know. It's just kind of boring old stuff, you know. Because I'm going into time dilation and other things. How much longer? I don't know. It's going to have to get to the scrapyard and get heavy stuff. And get another pallet from Fair Radio Sales in Ohio. I get it done. It's going to take in the winter, at least midwinter, I think. But gee, rebuilding. It's just a matter of finding this stuff. It's no longer available a lot of times. So it takes digging hours of digging on eBay and other places to find it. So my friend in Scotland, I owe him some money and I hope to pay him and hope he's okay with that. He got me all his 800 kilos of Oerlikon cannon parts one day, some years ago. Wow, appreciate it. And I got a pile of stuff from New Zealand, also England, and from Greece. Keep him busy. Just need a little break from vacuum tubes. Get a better perspective on searching for things. Ha! Alright, I should get going now and do other things. Day went rather quickly. That's a good thing. So it's Memorial Day, and we have in Canada Remembrance Day. Anyway, all the horrible things that Nazi Germany had done. Ooh. And you have kind of a weird situation here in North America where white supremacy, total insanity. Apparently so, from what I read. I don't bother watching news much anymore. Hi. See how brown I'm getting? At least 2.5 hours today. In the morning. Then I'm working all day in here. And on that note, I should get ready and go. Sure, I'm sure these videos piss off a lot of people, and I don't really want people that are just fake people. I can sense when they're fake. The great fun part about social media is you can just block and delete, block and delete. I'm thinking of blocking everybody I don't know personally on Screwbook, Funbook. Anyway, who cares? It doesn't matter. The main thing is eBay search. Off I go.